Hello world! Way of Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now, the first thing that I should do before moving on with this structure is to get all of the wires down. Without wires, it would be pretty darn difficult to move this frame contraption without witchcraft. So, let's try to craft some of those. The main thing that we'll need is red alloy ingots, which I already made. Apparently, you can make it with copper. Hooray! Okay, so we got the basics over here, but we will need to get some wool also. We got a lot of spider string since I decided that tungsten, yeah, didn't need it. Let's make string out of it. And the results are quite entertaining, I must say. So 4 of these. And there we go. And we actually have enough for one more here. And we got 60 white insulated wires. Now, we do need white, of course, but we also need other colors, such as orange. I think only 2 is needed. And before you say anything, yes, I know this is a wildly inefficient way to get all of these colors, but sue me. Okay, we also need magenta right here. And light blues. And good thing we have another one of these since we need light blue. Light blue, light here. We also need yellow. Ooh, I should make sure that I only need a place where it's only one. And we also need lime. We also need lime for the lumars also, so that's an added bonus. So going over here, if I remember, there's some sort of furnace in my general vicinity. In my industrial craft room, probably. Yep, furnaces. Aren't they grand? They are grand. If only I could figure out what I'm missing. There we go. Also, good time to manage my inventory. I don't think we need quite that many pistons, nor the cobblestone right now. Definitely not the string. And this inventory is going to be really jammed. So, how do we make lime again? There we go. That works. And we also need one more than that. Okay, good. We're also going to need to make all of our components for the computer, but first let's get all of these wires down. Some more of this will be good. We'll also need some pink wires, if I remember correctly, for our kills, for our block break, and we'll also need gray, though the gray ones I will add later since, honestly, I can't be damned right now. I don't think that's the right way to say it, but anyways, let's see. First ones we'll need are the white and the orange, I believe, so bring that over there, and we'll also need the stone panels. Let's just put stone panels on every freaking thing while we're at it, you know, for science. So, white will go, Now I should organize my thoughts of where everything should go first. So white here, we'll need to put some sort of panel there so that it doesn't interfere. I know it can be a cover, but whatever. Okay, white there. That means orange will be on the opposite side. You know what? I can be bothered. Thank you very much. There we go. And for now, let's move orange on the way other side since, you know, might as well get some sort of planning while I am going. Orange here. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? And get these out of the way since we will need it. Also, another thing to make would be a good idea. We will need more string for that. We need bundled cables and a heck of a lot of them. So if we take, well, some of our string And we will only need like 40 of them, and I believe they're in 5, so 8 packages of 8. There we go. Packages of, oh my gosh, why are you choosing that moment? Ah, pipe. I really hate slimes. Guessing I'm gonna have to go down and get that pipe, don't I? Sigh, I guess I'll take another one of these. Curse you, slimes! Okay. And there we go. Hopefully I didn't break anything. Now, going onwards, we can put some of these bundled cables on, well, pretty much everywhere. Click, drag, awesomeness, rinse and repeat. Okay. This awesomeness will also need to go around over here. And let's see. Let's put the other cables that we will need down. So let's say light blue is here. And magenta is here for now. And blah and blah. And how will we bring this stuff across? I want to try to keep everything in this footprint, but that might not be possible. If I bring that over, no. Why is there magenta there? I have no idea. Magenta, magenta, why are you magenta? I think if I bring this here, I could put something right there to cover it up or something. Actually, now that I think of it, if I put this frame here and here, I'll be able to bring another wire down. And thus, no, that won't be able to patch onto this. That's a problem. I need something that will be able to hold this in place, for one. You know, why don't we go with... No, that won't work. Yes, that will. No. Yes, no. Yes, no. Ah, this is making me really wish that, well, I could put frames in there. And two, for bundled cables inside of frames, because frankly, that would make it a lot easier. Okay. Let's see. We can bring this here and bring this across for a typical patched maneuver. In fact, we can have it on the top instead, but that will be good for now. But if we bring that there, that won't connect. So, we'll just have to remove this. And we will need that. Good. Remove that, put that there. Okay, that's still good and all, but we need to bring it over here also. And if we put a covered bundle cable right here, that won't work. Now let's also focus on this part, because this will need some sort of connection. Let's put our lime here, since we only needed to, and our other color was not magenta, it was not pink either, it was yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. And here. I think that'll work. If not, I will be proven wrong. How will we get the wire over here though? Because we'll need to have some way to bring this down over here as well, because it will eventually attach like somewhere around here or here. Yes, this is me brainstorming. I'm gonna have to, I'm probably gonna have to put some sort of thing there. Actually, wait, is there any need for this frame specifically? No, actually. So what we can do is bring that, and have something like that, coming down as well. Perfect ugliness is perfect, so that's connected and everything. It will move. This is really making me want to have a swift wolf right now because, frankly, having to continually recorrect my trajectory is one pain in the ass. But two, having it deplete completely on you is another one. So, let me recharge it. Fumes. You know, another method I could have is just to place the darn things on the battery boxes. That could also solve the issues, though I will need to maintain having one of them completely open. Not too much of an issue, so if we keep that in mind, we can have that there. The white, that configuration I think will still need to be, but this one can also change so that it's a wire there instead. No! I think it's a light blue here. And of course then there's the magenta. But the magenta, yes, that needs to be there, and there's nothing connecting there, so we'll need a frame unless there's a frame on top of this. There might be a frame on top of this. We'll have to see. But in the meantime, let's put that frame there, and I can remember it if I am in my editing process and blah 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 de da. And let's see. One moment, the phone's ringing. In Europe, they call that a false alarm. Ha ha ha, okay, moving on. Okay, that simplifies this part also, since we'll only need that there, and magenta awesomeness there. We'll of course need that there. Another failure brought to you by Way of Time. Way of Time! For when you really don't give a damn. Okay. Now, checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. I guess that's okay. 5.5 connections made. We need to get that other connection made somehow also. Wow. As if I didn't see that. What I'm gonna need to do is make this into some magic sauce. Just need 8 stone covers for some magic sauce. Now for a limited time. And, well, then we'll need to connect that there. And some yellowness over here. And then we get... no connection right now, actually. That here instead. And bring some sort of wiry goodness to connect right here. And where are my wires? I probably have some in my magic bag. Hey kids, wanna reach into my magic bag? Don't worry, you'll enjoy it. That was incredibly creepy. Okay, now that we got all of our connections, we can then connect the batteries, not the batteries, solar panel area. We will need a lot of frames over all of this area, but since it's eternal day, we might be able to scrape by on not getting certain parts over here, 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 and here. But as well as getting an area here, 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 here. And presto changeo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an extra. So 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going to be a 9 height quarry. And wait a second. That might work. That might definitely work. Sorry, I had an epiphany right now. It's painful. Don't worry about it. If I could just hover in place As I was saying, Swiftwolf Rendingale, expensive piece of shit. Very expensive. Sorry about that expletive right there. Expensive, but your hovering mode is actually hovering. Not this slowly floating down into the wilderness type of thing. It's hovering. Okay, what I was thinking of is being able to program in a light sensor. Light sensing block would be amazing, though it will require me to do some more thinking, which I'm not a big fan of. So let's see if we can manage to get some sort of light sensor with all of our doodads in. Okay. What we'll need to have is to have these stone jacketed cable connect to this without being a pain in the butt. Actually, I think I solved it. Just bring this here. So it's not connected to that, but I will need a cover instead. Cover here. This here. And that's connected. And then all we'll need to do is bring another sort of wire color here. Then down here. That works, and it'll be perfect. So I could either A, lose one more solar panel for it to be high efficiency, or B, did I say A before? Because now it's B. B, I can keep it there and it'll be able to sense. Basically, why I would want a light sensor is to tell whether it is raining or not. Because obviously it's not getting full power when it's raining. If it's raining, yay, that means it will add another delay. So I might have to figure out where to add that into the code. If it's not raining, it'll keep on trucking. Now, I wish I could test this easily without killing everybody in the process. So what I'm going to do is test each of the wires, see if everything's working. If so, good, we can carry on. If not, I'll notify you of any problems. One issue right here. The wire popped off, so I'm going to have to find out some sort of way to re-add it so that it can remain connected. If not, that will prove to be, well, annoying is one way to say, but we need to get some sort of thing to connect here, and there's no extra room. This would be another reason of why I want those wires in frames. Wireframes! Yay. In my defense, the reason I didn't see the solution earlier was because, well, this is freaking annoying is one of the reasons. Bring myself outwards. Instead of having the wire go there, I decided to bring it up and attach there, so no hard feelings whatsoever, and it manages to stay connected and whatnot. So this doesn't need to be there, nor does that, so I can just have the light sensor plonked down there, and everything will be hunky-dory. Speaking of light sensor, how much does it use? Actually, that's not too bad. Just a bunch of wafers, a stone wire, and a blue doped wafer. That'll be simple. So to construct this little bridge that I made for myself, and we can finally, I'd say, craft the other recipes. We'll need the monitor, the boot drive, and whatever, and the rest of that stuff, and then we can finally start. Now, let's see. Let's start with the all-important monitor. Monitor is gonna require... We're gonna need a lot of red doped wafers. That's what I see right off the bat, so we should make those. Get some of them by grabbing, well, these for one, but we'll also need more of them so we can run over as fast as we can. Go, go, go! Go here, throw these in, get a bit more, and then start with the rest of the manual processing. Now the monitor will need the lime lumar, so hopefully I got it right, and unfortunately need glowstone. Glowstone. Here we go. And we'll also need that ribbon cable thingamajig. 1, 2, 3. Isn't this the most difficult recipe you've ever seen? Okay, let's make the Lumar. 1 here, and we got enough for 2 monitors, though we won't want to make that quite yet. Craft this all into wooden planks. So 1 done 1. Glass here. Lumar. Ribbon cable. And red doped wafer. Now, we got our first thing. Now, let's see. Central processing unit. Diamond block. We got enough for a diamond block. And some diamond pants. Let's just get the diamond block right now, since I think that's what we kind of need. So diamond block, and we got our central processing unit. Let's plonk those two down because we know right away where it's gonna go. Monitor will want to go right here. And the central processing unit, or just CPU, I'll keep on calling it that, will go here. Everything's connected, and everything should work, so that's all right in my books. The other thing, the back pane will need to go there. Let's check, what does the back pane require? Back pane requires gold ingot, which we seem to have. And it will also need 6 iron bars and some more of this somewhere. Here we go. So, back pane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I suck at Spanish, so don't you dare say anything flippant. Yes, I'm looking at you, Sunny Jim. A Spaniard named Sunny Jim. That would be a little odd. Yeah, odd. Let's go with odd. Okay. So, Sunny Jim, let me show you what we're going to do. We're also going to make the RAM module, since that is going to be needed to expand it. We'll need more doped wafers than ever before, and we'll also need some of those fancy bars. 2, 3, 4. I know there's going to be waste, so let's pick up the waste when we're done and go way over here. Grab our wafers, run away, and craft the rest. Thank you for the neat little pile of waste. Okay, now oops, I forgot diamond. Kinda need diamond for the crafting, which kinda sucks, you know. I mean, I spent diamonds already. Why are you making bankrupt in the diamond department? Okay, 8K RAM module. Here. Now 2 more crucial ingredients. Actually 3. So let's get the 4th boot disk, which will require a blank floppy. Floppy. And iron. Am I really lacking iron? As if. No, iron is a no-go, so we can throw these in. And that's the good thing about equivalence exchange. Well, one of the good things, you can get iron at the drop of a hat. So, get this in. And here, get more of that redstone. Guess we don't really need any of these cables as of now. We will need that and that, so let's keep those. But the rest of this stuff, well, doesn't really matter. So this here, did I already make my blank floppy? I have no clue. So let's just make another one. Here we go. 4th disk. Now we'll also need the boot drive or disk drive. Disk drive will need a blue electric motor, so let's get that. Blue electric. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I do have a bunch of iron over there also. That works. So blue electric motor will require that. And it will also require this. Let's see. Doped wafer. Here. Sorry that I don't have any witty commentary right now. I kind of am lacking in that department, seeing as most of it you can get right away. Okay, now we're gonna place the disk drive. Oh, make sure you slap in your disk. Make sure you enunciate that correctly, or else it could be bad. Start it up just for fun, but we'll also need our expander, since the expander is the thing we need to communicate to get all of our junk done. And it's very easy to craft. It doesn't even need a mathematician, because they suck. Physicists, yay. Okay, slap this down, everything's connected, and we notice that we have a lot of bytes free. Oh yeah, because of the 8 RAM module. We'll also need to connect the rest of the stuff, so let's see. Where can this go? We'll need to connect the wire there, so this needs to stay free. And actually, I think these bundled cables will, well, we'll figure that out later. So bundled cable there, and maybe there, and it'll go straight up, which I don't quite like. So let's get that there, that there. We'll also need a cover there, but I don't think I can place anything on that. Cheap piece of technology. Can't even place that. Come on. So since we don't need that or that, let's get off. For crying out loud. Why does my pickaxe not listen to me? It's sentient, isn't it? Okay. Pink wire. Oh, crud, where will I place everything? Now I'm all confused. I need to place my pink wire so that it will reach the kill switch. Unfortunately, I can't put the kill switch right there because it doesn't let me. But well, no, the pink switch isn't, the pink thing isn't the kill switch. We need it to go to the other thing, which is our main objective of awesomeness, the block breakers. We'll need this. And we'll also need our one wire that we probably don't have left. Please be any sort of alloy wires. And of course there isn't anything. So that's leaving us with not much of a choice. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's see if redstone will actually stay on these bloody contraptions of evil. They might. Let's cross our fingers, because honestly I'm starting to not care, and when I start to not care, I make glaring mistakes. When I make glaring mistakes, you start laughing. But at my expense, which I don't like. So I'm not going to make glaring mistakes. I refuse. I refuse. That's your own discretion. Okay. Speaking about glaring mistakes, there we go. One there. One there. We'll also need one more right there, which we can probably safely make since, well, I'm running out of covers for 1, and 2, I don't think there's much else we need to do. So that there. We'll also need to get our frame connected right there. These aren't connected whatsoever, but hopefully when that thing lowers, it will work. But everything is connected up here also, so we can probably just drag the whole contraption down. So how about we do that? Even though it could probably prove fatal, let's drag the thing, but we should check the connections. This is good. Everything seems like it's connected. That's good, that's good, that's good. And let's move it down. Downwards direction, lime. Okay. I'd be liming if I knew what I was doing. Ha ha ha. Okay. 1. See? I don't know what I'm doing. That's one down. 2, 3, 4. I should probably check if I lost any passengers. Hello, sheep. Are you still there? No? Okay, good. I hate you anyways. One down, and one more should do. Let's check everything one last time. Make sure that nothing is dying. In fact, we can put the kill switch on here. Why would we need to put it flat? No reason, that's why. So bring some sort of thing, but I'll need some more bundle cable. Anyways, let's bring it down once more. Good. Slap this back on since we kind of need it. Here we go. And then try some sort of movement that will probably doom us all. Up, up. 3, there we go. 3, Why am I in such a random mood? Hey, look! That could be a problem. So, Billy Bob, how do you think that went? Well, I can tell you that that didn't go very well whatsoever. Let's bring it down and actually connect the bloody thing. One single frame should probably do it, but we'll add that in later. This is a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, as you see, it is connected and no important electronics have fallen off as of yet. I think we kind of used more frames than were necessary, which is very unfortunate. In fact, I think this layer is a little obfuscated. We could probably alter it somehow. Though, I think that is good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 layers. I think 9 layers is something to be gosh darned happy about. And if we bring this design in the overworld, it should also work. So, I think we'll need to put one more thing, and that is the toggle switch. Toggle switch will kind of be important, so let's grab some of our spare wires that we are not using currently. I think the pink is also something that we need. Do I even have any more wires? 1, 2. Ah, there we go. So, run over. Though we probably need the white ones a bit more than the others. So, over here. Hopefully that I can mix and match wires. Please do not prove me wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear that? That's the sign of my failure. It kinda sucks, but I get by. So, bringing all of this in, we can finally place this on the ground somewhere far, far away in the galaxy. Not too far, really. I am mixing up stuff that should never be mixed whatsoever. So, kill switch will need a toggle latch. Toggle latch will need wafers. Wafers will need a furnace. Furnace will need some sort of dignity which is long forgotten. But we'll need to map each and every single movement. So we should do that. Break is, what is it? 64 IOX. So let's try it by placing one single piece of cobblestone. Go! Okay, break works, so we can just go like this. Reset it, everything's nice and dandy. and it's at a platform that I cannot easily reach. So what I think I'm going to do right now is look around for any useless frames. If I find any, I'll just remove them, and you won't need to see that. So be right back. Okay, I decided that the colors I'd use are gray for the kill switch and blue for my non-kill switch, the rain detector. So I'll need to make that fancy rain detector by taking the stone wafers I've got and make a blue doped wafer. So come over here and plonk this down right here and place this, orient, and turn it to the point where rain affects it. Now it can probably be any sort of thing, doesn't necessarily need to be rain, but whatever. Rain, rain, go away, all that jazz, come again, whatever. I am in an odd mood today. That is all I'll say. So then we'll need to bring this up here with one of these. So perfect. Everything's attached and everything. So the blue wire will detect when it is raining. Now this gray wire, which is next in the assortment, will go here to detect when it is not raining, but it is when we pull our kill switch. Now some of you may be wondering what my kill switch is. If you've watched any of my quarry videos, the mobile quarry Mach 2 videos specifically, you'll know that I have a kill switch mechanism employed in each and every single Mach 2 quarry design. The kill switch halts my quarry whenever it's flicked. So, yes, awesome, and everything. Okay, now what did I come into my fancy pack for? I came in here for... I didn't even come in here for anything. I just needed to get my cobblestone together since I will need a bit more wafers for the toggle latch. So, time to craft the toggle! Woohoo! Okay, what we're going to need is 2 cathodes, simple, 2 anodes, right here, and then we'll need to place them in the correct pattern with a lever, because levers for some reason are awesome. And did I really mess up the recipe? I need wires. That was embarrassing. Okay, toggle latch, go, fly up into the sky, go way over here, and then plonk down a little fancy toggle latch of doom. Yes, it's awesome. I'm just having too much fun with that. I can't tell you how much, because you won't comprehend it. So, every single bit of this is, well, complete, except for the obvious solar panels, since we may need those. But for now, it's working, so we can probably start with a giant coding session. Yeah, my coding sessions are usually a lot of mumbling, so what I'm gonna do is check our time, see how much time we have, and if we have time, we can actually code this time, and then go block breaking madness with awesomeness. We'll also need an internal density, and judging by our not so full chest, we might need to get a bit more stuff down in here. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. Next episode, we're going to tackle a lot of coding, so make sure you bring your thinking cap or some other apparel. You may need it because your mind will be blown. Way of Time, signing off. Have a wonderful day.